Night shift ghost. Back in the 90s, I worked as an EMT in a pretty big city in the Midwest. I saw a lot of horrible things. But the one that really sticks with me is something that to this day I can't explain. It happened on Halloween. I was working the night shift. Most nights, we were called out to car accidents, stabbings, or ODs. On this occasion, we received a dispatch from 911 for an unresponsive male in an apartment block in one of the worst neighborhoods of the city. When we pulled up in front of the building, my partner and I saw the figure of a man lying flat on his back on the sidewalk. We jumped out, grabbed our equipment and stretcher, and got to work. The man looked to be in his 40s or 50s, thick curly hair, with a neatly trimmed beard and dressed in jeans and a plaid shirt. We knelt beside him and tried communicating with him, but he didn't respond. We watched for signs of movement and listened for any sounds coming from him. I searched for signs of trauma, blood or obvious wounds, and found nothing. We checked his vitals. His pulse was faint and his breathing was shallow. I glanced around to see if there was anyone who could tell us what had happened, but the area outside the apartment building was empty. A strange thing, considering it was a Saturday night. As we moved to lift the man onto the stretcher, someone shouted down from a window above our heads. I looked up to see a woman leaning out of an apartment window 5 stories up, waving her arms. When I asked if she was all right, she said something in Spanish I didn't understand. My partner, who was fluent, came up next to me and called out to her. They exchanged a few words, and she ducked back inside. My partner said, "She's the one who called. They need us on the 5th floor." I gestured behind us at the guy on the stretcher and said, "What about him?" But when I looked down, he was gone. Figuring he must have somehow picked himself up and staggered away, my eyes did a quick scan of our surroundings. There was no one in sight. Even if the guy had been able to move quickly, he couldn't possibly have moved so fast as to disappear the instant we had our backs turned. But that was apparently what had happened. With no time to waste, we picked up our gear and ran up the 5 flights where an elderly man had fallen and hit his head. We got him to the hospital in short time but got no answers about